Hello everyone. Here I'm going to present my multi-unit lesson plan. It focuses on the theme, the home, and each lesson is filled with a variety of activities that use technology. Everyday internet connection, a computer, iPad or phone will be needed by the teacher and the students. The theme is the home and it is directed for low to intermediate level. This is a theme that students can hopefully use and practice at home with their family members and relate to since they all live in homes, and also most of them have to do chores. All the activities I have taught before except for the virtual wall idea that is fictional. Also, it's good to know that students at this point have knowledge of general grammar concepts, so they can actually create sentences using the vocabulary. On the first lesson, students are going to be learning the home vocabulary, where they're going to be able to recognize the vocabulary as well as producing. Students will identify rooms and floors in a house while also comparing and contrasting the main home characteristics in Spanish-speaking countries and in the United States. My goal is for students to be able to read, listen to, understand the information about home, as well as talk about their own home and exchange information while discussing the home. In this unit, the main activities are having the vocabulary, identifying it. I have pictures, a PowerPoint with pictures of the different rooms so they can see. But before I do that, whenever I do the homes, I always show the virtual field trip to Frida Kahlo's home. And I talk to them about the differences between homes in Mexico, for example, and homes in the United States. I ask them questions. They normally like this activity because it's very different and colorful. Also, I try to tell them about the culture and about who Frida Kahlo is and her background. Once they're familiar with the vocabulary, which they have been, introduced before, they will have a listening activity where they will watch a video and take notes about homes in another culture, such as in Argentina in this case, and they will fill out a graphic organizer and take notes about the home. Then, to get the students moving, I always like to play Quizlet Live. So we're going to play a few games of Quizlet Live so everybody can get moving and become more and more familiar with the vocabulary. And lastly, students will create a floor plan of their homes. After they have worked on their home and they did a floor plan, and they can do this electronically on a piece of paper, students will have to complete a task. On this task, students will be able to demonstrate their abilities using all the concepts that they have just learned, but also all the ones that they have learned before. Students will complete this task using Google Slides and a video recording program of their choice, and they will be allowed to work during 3 classes. So this lesson plans would take 3 classes to accomplish. I want students to write about their ideal home in the target language and also be able to talk about their ideal homes in the target language. I sometimes in the past have allowed students to work with a partner. Sometimes if I want to see what they can do so far, I let them work by themselves so I can give them feedback. And what I mainly do during this class is I select a few students to present their floor plans of their class. I get them comfortable talking about it. We go over the things that they did well. We fix some, common mistakes. And I try to help them reflect on that. After we did that, I spent a lot of the time showing what is expected for them. I also show them an example of someone who has done well on this type of task. And then as they're working through the day, I give the activities that they must complete, have complete by the end of the lesson, and I try to give them feedback, and I'm there to help them as well. So this is a really good activity where it's hands-on and it's task-based. After students have completed the task, of their ideal homes and they have presented to the class, we start reviewing the chores vocabulary and also the uses of commands in Spanish, because it's now what do you do in each one of those rooms, what do you have to do, what do your parents tell you to do in each one of those rooms. So in this lesson, I will review the command form in Spanish, incorporating the home vocabulary, and I will allow them to practice and assess themselves using Spanish11.net, which is a site that provides practice, that provides grammar practice. This site is really good because the students can work independently, and also it helps them to see if they really know the verbs and gives them the hints if they have the incorrect answer, and keep on giving them the same ones over and over again. Also, after that, I give them I use quizzes, and I give them a quiz program where they can practice, and I do it as a formative quiz, and I give them feedback if they are not doing well. I like quizzes because it gives you a report, and you can see what questions the students were struggling with, and you can always go back and review them if you need to. So this is a very independent day where they're assessing themselves, they're practicing. I give them the quizzes. I do give them some feedback on the ones that they need help with. But that's pretty much it on this lesson. Having gone over the common errors that they make and reviewing them and giving them feedback, the first activity that I'll do on the next class will be retaking the quiz on quizzes, and this time it would be for a grade. So that keeps them motivated and makes them study for homework. On the fourth lesson that I have planned here, this is the one that is fantasy. It's not real. It's basically the virtual world. Students will have the opportunity to, demonstrate their abilities using all the concepts taught on the unit while playing on a virtual world where they can create their own virtual homes, and they can earn points and buy furniture, etc. I think that with new technologies developing, this is something that can eventually be done. Students will have lots of fun creating their ideal homes, doing different activities in virtual worlds. Well, thank you for watching this lesson, this multi-unit lesson plan. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.